Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that. We have Facebook down 2.1% on the day and down 32% on the last week. All right, so we're going to go over a few different stocks, what's going on with the market, where it's headed in the future, some different sectors to be watching out for. As cryptocurrencies continue to heating up, we'll go over some stocks that are going to be benefiting off of the crypto spikes. And guys, this is the best time to take stock market investing extremely seriously, especially if you're a long-term investor and you plan on holding most of your shares for 2, 3, 4, 5 years anyway. This is the best time to actually be buying in the stock market to set up your future. So let's go over a few different things in the market. Right now we have Meta Platforms with its Facebook down 35%. And if you guys don't know why, they basically set their guidance very low for next quarter. They set the bar extremely low. So a good thing next quarter can happen. They can come out and say, hey guys, you know what? It's not going to be as bad as we expected. And, next thing we know, we can see Facebook flying up 15, 10% or so. However, I'm not too concerned about the short term anyway. I plan on holding Meta for an extremely long time, for 5 years or more. I think they're one of the only FANG stocks with a market cap under 1 trillion, and it's only 599 billion. So I think that Facebook has the room to 3 to 5x in the next 5 to 10 years, which would be amazing growth, passive growth. You just set it and forget it. You buy it and throw it in your long-term accounts, buy it and throw it into your retirement fund. All right, the PE ratio even backs this up with only a 16 PE ratio. You'll be hard pressed to find a better company like Facebook, or a big company, a big tech company with a PE ratio of under 16. We can also see they're at a 52-week low, and if you go back to 2018, they're almost the same price that they were in 2018. However, they've continued to grow their audiences. I don't even think in 2018 they had WhatsApp. Now WhatsApp, by the way, if you guys don't know, Facebook owns WhatsApp, but WhatsApp has over 2 billion downloads, one of the most downloaded and used apps day to day, and they also own Instagram. So those two platforms alone are growing rapidly ever since 2018. I think a fair valuation for Facebook is above $300 per share. And if you're buying under $220 per share and selling above $300 per share, you're getting around a 35% increase minimum. Now, $300 per share I think is extremely achievable in the next 6 to 12 months. So even if you're a longer term swing trade, Facebook could be a good one, especially if they go under 210. And that looks like there's a big support right around 210 and $218 per share. So if we get in that little window, I think that's the sweet spot to be buying Meta Platforms for long-term investing or longer-term swing trade up to around $300 per share. However, personally, even if Facebook hit $300 per share tomorrow, I would not sell over 50% of my position personally for me. Quick, I want to show you guys what the analysts have to say about Facebook stock. Here you see on average about a 49% upside. On average, they have them at $328 per share in the next 12 months. And some analysts have them at new all-time highs above $400 per share in the next 12 months. Based off 43 Wall Street analysts, here you can see where some of them are at. You see Justin Post, 5-star analyst from Bank of America, reiterated 6 days ago above $300 per share. Eric reiterated 6 days ago from Goldman Sachs above $300 per share. Wells Fargo, Brian Fitzgerald, $300 per share. All these were reiterated 6 days ago by 5-star analysts above $300 per share in the next 12 months. So personally, I'm loading up super heavy on anything below $250 per share for me to sell it above $300 per share, and I'm prepared for it to take around 6 to 12 months. The next one that set the bar very low with their guidance was PayPal, down 43% in the past 3 months. Again, they kind of had the same story of Facebook. Next quarter, they were saying it's going to be very bad, and then they're going to pick up the pace in the back half of 2022. So we can definitely see PayPal starting to pick up in the next 6 to 12 months. Keep in mind, look what happened to Snapchat. We saw them flying up 50% in one day. So for PayPal to make moves of 20-30% in like 1 to 2 weeks is not going to be the craziest thing in the stock market. It can definitely happen. Also, if PayPal comes out next quarter or in the next few months and gives some updated guidance saying, hey guys, look, it's not going to be as bad as we thought it would be next quarter, that could also rally the stock. There's no guarantee that's going to happen, however. Now, in my opinion, PayPal is a fair value above $200 per share. Swing traders, I think this is even a good swing trade, buying under $120 per share and selling above $200 per share could take 3 to 6 months, could even also take up to 12 months for PayPal to regain those levels, which would be about a 35% gain. So if I got a 35% gain in a year, I'd be happy to take it. That's why I am loading up on PayPal at these levels. Stock to have on your radar is going to be Coinbase at $208 per share. Remember in the beginning of the video, we're talking about how cryptocurrency is starting to heat up. So if you believe that Bitcoin is going to have a rally back to 60,000, 70,000, or even go to new all-time highs, Coinbase can be a good one to actually swing trade up to around $250 to $300 per share. All right, we've seen this one as high as $350 per share in the past. This one is a little bit more risky. However, I do think that it's going to be relying on Bitcoin and Ethereum success. The higher we see Bitcoin go, above 50, above 60, I think the more we'll see Coinbase start to rally. And here you can start to see them bouncing back a little bit with the rally that Bitcoin and Ethereum has been having recently. So they can definitely continue that one. Maybe even a short-term option call up to around $225 to $230 per share for Coinbase could even be a possibility. Another cryptocurrency stock that I want to talk about is going to be Mara. And as you can see, it looks like they are currently at one of their supports. So if you draw a line right here, it touches exactly at these 2 points. So they're almost lined up, indicating that's a bottom. You also start to see a bounce back, pretty much the same exact bounce back that that Coinbase is having right there on that little tail up. It was up, down, and then up. So Mara, I posted this one actually on my close friends list, and we're already up pretty about like 6-7% on the option call. This is what I was posting on my close friends list, that an option call, a short-term option call on Mara could definitely be beneficial to around $30 per share. However, it's extremely risky because there's no guarantee that Ethereum and Bitcoin will continue to rally. Alibaba was another one that we were talking about on the close friends list, because look at how many times it touched that support perfectly. 1, 2, 3, and then it almost did it again 4. So what I'm waiting for, and what I posted on my close friends list, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of taste of the close friends list. So if you guys want to join and you want up to date, I posted all this stuff yesterday, by the way. If you guys want more like up to date, exactly when I buy my contracts, when I'm buying stocks, how long I'm planning on holding, and everything in between, message me on Instagram for my close friends list. But what I was saying is that the support right here, $111 to $112 per share, that's basically what I'm waiting for to indicate a bottom on Alibaba. Now it's touched this 1, 2, 3 times already. So the fourth touch, if it goes back down to $112 per share, that can be an important one because it could be the final breakout to around 150 or higher per share. However, it is risky because the fourth touch could also be them falling down to lower supports, which I personally don't think is going to happen. If you go to that 3-month chart here, you see that again. So basically, I put my price alert between 112 to 113 for me to be alerted. And then I'll be buying at around 112 on the call options. And I'll be posting all these updates on the close friends list, by the way. All right, so we had Corsair Gaming reporting earnings today, and they were down. Well, actually, first up, they were up 4.3% after hours. And on the day, they were up like 6% or so on the day, if you include the after hours too. And then abruptly they fell down under negative 10% after hours, but instantly shot back up and basically recovered everything. So we're going to start to see more of the small caps reporting earnings in the rest of this week and next week also. It's going to be interesting to see how they play out. I'm looking for some big companies to drop 20% so I can jump on them. All right, let's do a quick earnings update as well. So after close on Tuesday, which is today, you have Peloton, Enphase, Chipotle, Corsair, Lyft, and Spirit all reporting earnings. On Wednesday morning before the open, you have CVS, you have Canopy Growth, you have Honda, and then after earnings, you have Walt Disney, right? So Disney, I'm looking to drop another 15-20%, kind of like how Facebook and PayPal both did. So you also have Uber, you have iRobot, MGM Resorts, and then Thursday before the open, you have Twitter. This is another one I'm looking to drop 10 to 20% so I could pick up a lot of shares. Twitter. All right. I'm pretty bullish on them over long term. Coca-Cola after that. All right. I'm looking for Coca-Cola to drop. I'd love to pick up some of them for my dividend account. You have Pepsi, Datadog, Tapestry. All right. And then after close on Thursday, you have Affirm, Cloudflare, Zillow. I think Zillow could drop huge. So keep an eye out for that. Upwork, Expedia. I'm looking for a lot of big drops basically after hours on some of these big companies. We see Peloton up another 25% today after earnings and now up 36% in the past week. You can see the volume on this one is going crazy. 244 million shares traded hands, and there's an average of around 32 million. So it's almost 10x of the normal volume. Chipotle also up big after hours, up 8% on positive earnings. And you can see they were up to $1,900 per share earlier. So that could be a little swing trade action. Maybe wait for a pullback around $1,400 per share and hop on a call option. That's always something that you can play. Now let's look at Enphase because they also reported earnings. So I'm interested to see how they did. Wow, up 13% after hours. I'm happy to see that because I'm loaded up pretty heavy on them in my long-term accounts. All right, this is a stock that I am loading in my long-term accounts. I think it'll be back to new all-time highs in no time. It's my favorite clean energy stock. And if you guys were in my close friends list, you saw me posting about this one constantly because what you see is there was a support on those exact supports there. So you can kind of see that it might hit this little resistance right here. All right, it already passed that first resistance right there. So that's a good sign. So the next resistance is going to be right at about, let's look at the price, about $180 to $190 per share. I definitely think that we'll see Enphase going up to in the short term. However, I'm mainly playing Enphase for my long-term accounts and long-term holding. So I hope you guys did appreciate that video. Smash a thumbs up if you want more content just like this. And if you appreciate me coming on here daily, almost daily for you guys and giving you regular updates about the stock market and my full thoughts, just smash a thumbs up. Comment below is all I ask. Message me on Instagram if you want my more up-to-date close friends list, which is definitely 100% worth it. We now have 500 positive testimonials on the highlight section. If you want to click success number 4, success number 3, success number 2, and read through some of those as well. Share with a friend if you think they'll find this video helpful, which you know they will, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.